I'm Tyler, and today we're going to be taking on swivel hubs and the part-time kit. So the 80's already on the hoist, ready to go. So what we'll be replacing is the seals and the grease in this swivel hub and also the diff oil. So what happens is the seals let go and the diff oil mixes with the grease inside the knuckle of the swivel hub, and the seals all let go and it just comes dripping out here. So there's the part-time kit. Here's the ABS relocation kit and the swivel hub kit from Terrain Tamer, which also includes wheel bearings. So yeah, that's the kit we'll be using, SH7WB. We've made some progress on the 80, so just took the axle out. It's looking pretty rancid. Definitely need to re-grease that. The stench of molly grease and diff oil is absolutely lovely. Anyone who's done this before knows exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm taking things real slow because it's my first time doing this. I'm just watching a video which I'll link down below. About to take the steering arms and stuff off, and then we can take the knuckle out, give it all a clean and see how the state of the seals are. I love how I just said, let's see what the state of the seals are. Obviously they're fucking shit because it's leaking. That's the whole point I'm doing this. Not gonna film too much more of this anyway because it's kind of the whole point of Old Mate's video, which I'll link down below. But yeah, obviously just keeping stuff in order. So last night I left off and I hadn't taken either of the tie rod ball joint ends out. And then I went and had dinner and I left my Moomba out in the sprinkler, so I'm not meant to be walking without it. So I had to wait till today, till it dried off. And then all morning I've been trying to get this one off, and I finally came back from the doctor's just then and it's popped out. So awesome. So much happiness. Haven't filmed too much over the last day, so we are cleaned up, ready to go back together. Just got to take the bearing seats out of the hub and then all that stuff can go back together. So this is the ABS relocation kit. So that relocates it from in here to out here. So you have the ABS cold thing, I don't know what it would be called, gets relocated into the back of your disc. So that's a requirement for your car to be road legal if you do a part-time kit in an 80 series with ABS. So you end up actually deleting this dust cover, which I mean, it's probably not the best thing, to be honest. I'd rather have that protecting the back of my brakes. But anyway, the magnet for the ABS device obviously, can't go through a dust cover. So it's all back together now. Everything apart from the brake caliper is back together. So I've installed the new locking hubs, which obviously I'll need because I'm doing the part-time kit. I probably won't film too much of the other side. The same as this side. I said I'll link the video down below if you guys actually want to know how to do it. So this side has been rebuilt and put back together. It's 10:20, so I'm going to pack up. I'm going to leave the calipers off and everything because that's easy enough to put back together. And then tomorrow we'll start on the Marks kit. I've already pulled the back of the transfer case off and drained all the oil, obviously. So I didn't actually film too much of installing the part-time kit, but basically it consists of draining the oil, taking the drive shaft off, taking the speedo cable out, taking this off, unbolting this, taking off the next section behind it, the little top section up here, taking out a circlip, and then pretty much from there you're taking out the old spool sort of thing and then putting the new one in, and then just cleaning up the surface, putting another gasket stuff on it, and pretty much it, just reassembled. Then pretty much you're just taking off the old hub piece sort of thing and putting the new ones on. So look, I'm lucky and I have a lift, so this made this really easy to just, go up when I needed, go down when I needed, to have it all the way down here to do the swivel hubs, and then up so I could stand under there when I'm doing the part-time kit. I opted to just go the AVM hubs over the Aisin hubs because the Aisin hubs an extra $400 or something for the two, and they're meant to be a stronger hub, but I don't do too much hard wheeling and I'm not running crazy power, so I don't expect to break these. But if in the near future that does happen, then I will upgrade to those Aisin hubs. So this is the ABS relocation. So you take the back of your hub and you put this piece in the oven. then mounted to the back of your hub after you've done your seals. So the ABS gets relocated from in the swivel hub housing to outside, and you can see, oh, you might not be able to see, but the magnet in there is what the ABS is actually doing. All I've got left now pretty much is the painstaking process of cleaning everything up and degreasing all the tools that I used, because most of them are my dad's, so he probably wouldn't be too happy with all the grease that's on them. Yeah, chucking out all the old wheel bearings, all the seals and all that sort of stuff, clean up the floor, throw out all the rags. It's about 8:30 I think, so test drive tomorrow to make sure everything's all good. Yeah, so the next clip will be tomorrow probably, and that'll be driving. So we'll see how that goes. So everything's installed now. Haven't taken too much of a drive, but so far I'm absolutely loving it. Just being able to let the back end loose and stuff on dirt, and little skiddies, and yeah, it was a great kit. It included everything that I needed. The instructions were helpful. I used the 4-wheel drive shed video on the part-time install, and then for the ABS relocation there was just instructions on the internet with a booklet.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
Been about a week or so, so I went away to Broome and I've come back now and it's time for an oil change, so I'm just going to run you through what oil I use. So it's the Pentrite Premium Mineral 1540, which is, I think for a 1HDT they recommend a 10W40, but I've gone a little bit thicker just because I think it likes a little bit better with the age of the car. And yeah, so oil filter, fuel filter as well. We'll get into it. So the oil cap off just to help drain.
So you want to crack your drain plug, then obviously get out the way, place your bucket or drain pan underneath. Almost. And then let that drain.
Then you're just going to grab your filter tool and unscrew your filter. Then you just want to unscrew it and let the oil drain out that's in there. Once that's most of the way through, you can just unscrew it. It's going to get oil everywhere, it just happens. And then you can chuck that in the bin. Next up, you want to take out your fuel filter and you need to unscrew the little sensor that's on the bottom here as well. So you just grab a pair of multi-grips and do it up. And just grab a little bit of oil from where your filter was and chuck it on your O-ring. And chuck your filter back on. Now you just want to do that filter up hand tight as much as you can. Then plug that plug that you've undone back in. Then what I like to do is to empty the oil out of the catch can, which you're meant to do every service. Pretty much same thing again. Let's get the filter thing onto the bottom of this, unscrew that, drain that out, re-put it in. Drain plug's back in, oil's been put in, filters are all on tight, she's filled up. I've run it for 30 seconds, checked the oil levels, and it's good. So that's the quick service done.
Check out what's just arrived. So it's a high flow stage 1 CT26 It's an Arashi housing and it's been done by RMS Performance. Have a go at that. Keen to get this in, get it tuned, see how that 80 runs. This video has been a little bit all over the show, but you know, we've covered the swivel hub rebuild, the part-time kit, the ABS relocation. We've taken it for a drive, goes mint. I've ordered a bunch of stuff from Superior, so once that arrives, I'll do an install on that. If you want to keep up to date on what I'm doing in my day-to-day life, also other stuff on the 80 that I don't post on the channel, then follow me on Instagram. I'll link that down below. Cheers for watching.